What if the Ramayana, one of the world's oldest epics, wasn't just a symbolic story, but a preserved memory? A memory of a real land that once flourished and then vanished beneath the waves? It might sound far-fetched, but that's what we're exploring today. The Ramayana, written in ancient Sanskrit thousands of years ago, is typically seen as a moral tale: good versus evil, Rama versus Ravana, Dharma versus chaos. But what if behind all that allegory lies a record of real places, real events? What if Lanka, Ravana's kingdom, was once part of a much larger landmass, now lost to the ocean? Most people associate Lanka with present-day Sri Lanka. But what if that's only a fragment of a bigger story? Because in cultures across the world, we find references to a sunken land in the Indian Ocean, known by many names: Lemuria, Kumari, Kandam, Sundaland. Different names, same recurring idea, and the clues aren't just in old stories, they're in the stars. The Ramayana isn't just poetic, it's filled with over 600 references to celestial events. Eclipses, planetary positions, solstices, rising and setting of stars. Indian researcher Nilesh Og analyzed these references using modern astronomical software and arrived at a shocking conclusion. The events described line up perfectly with the sky as it would have appeared in 12,229 BCE. That pushes the Ramayana way beyond the traditional timeline of Indian epics. Not the Bronze Age, but the end of the last ice age. A period marked by dramatic climate shifts, melting glaciers, and rising oceans. A time when whole coastlines vanished beneath the sea. And there's more. One of the most interesting clues is the star Canopus, called Agastya in Indian tradition. The Ramayana describes it as becoming visible only when the heroes reach the southern tip of India. That specific alignment only happens when Canopus is near the southern celestial pole. Astronomical models confirm that this was true, around 12,000 BCE. Ancient Indian astronomy texts like the Surya Siddhanta and the Aryabhatiya describe Lanka as being located at 0 degrees latitude and 0 degrees longitude. Now, this isn't based on the modern Greenwich system, it was measured using India's own meridian system. And when you apply that system, Lanka isn't where modern Sri Lanka is. It lies deep in the Indian Ocean, possibly even east of the Maldives. This might seem speculative, until you look at the ocean floor. Scientists have confirmed the existence of several submerged landmasses in that exact region. Remnants of what were once large land areas, now lost under the sea. That brings us to Sundaland. During the Ice Age, this was an enormous expanse of land connecting present-day Indonesia, Malaysia, and Southeast Asia. It was above water, lush and tropical, with rivers, forests, and plenty of room for human life. But as the glaciers melted, sea levels rose, and Sundaland slowly sank. Now here's where it gets really interesting: Tamil literature. Especially in the ancient Sangam texts, we find repeated references to a land called Kumari Kandam. According to these records, it was located to the south of India, ruled by the Pandyan kings, and filled with cities, scholars, and temples. These texts don't just mention a flood, they describe it: entire cities submerged, kings forced to flee, a mass migration of people and culture. It's less like mythology and more like generational trauma encoded in poetry. Even the Greeks seem to have remembered this place. They wrote about a large island called Taprobane, far south of India. Some linked it to Sri Lanka, but others believed it was something more, larger, older, mysterious. Over time, Taprobane vanished from geographic records. Just like Lemuria, just like Kumari Kandam. In the 19th century, British zoologist Philip Sclater noticed something strange in fossil